Hi, my name's Kurt, and I'm applying for the internship at Newmind Group. I'm going to talk to you today about Google Apps, MX Records, and my favorite dish to cook. First off, let me tell you about Google Apps. Google Apps is Google's online communication suite that is designed for business application. Some of the benefits of Google Apps are that it's affordable, it's about 50% cheaper than all other email and server systems. It's easy to maintain, and there's no need for on-site IT personnel. It's very efficient and very self-contained. Google Apps core is made up of Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Docs, and Google Messaging. One of the great things about Google Apps is that you have no need for any hardware, servers, or software. It's entirely cloud-based. This means that you'll be able to access it from anywhere: a computer, a smartphone, a tablet. It's all online, and it's all safe from server failures as well. With Google Apps, you'll be able to easily communicate with all your employees. Each employee is going to get a Gmail account, and with that you get 25 gigs of mail storage, you get an advanced email searching software, and advanced spam technology. Also with Google Apps, you're going to get Google Calendars. This makes managing and sharing your calendars with your employees very simple. You can set things like meetings, company events, things of that nature. Also, there's Google Docs, which allows you to manage and view many different file types, all online, like PDFs, all different types of word processing files, spreadsheets. You even get the ability to edit these live with another person at a different computer. Both of you guys work on the same document, and you can see everything as it changes. It's very neat. In my opinion, Google Apps is a must-have for any business, large or small, and any business should really consider switching over. Next, I'm going to talk a little bit about MX Records. Now, MX Records stands for Mail Exchange, and one of the key things of your MX record will be that you get your name at yourcompany.com, all while remaining under Gmail. With Google Apps, all of your employees will also get their name at yourcompany.com as well. An easy way to think of how MX works is to think of a post office. You send a letter out or an email. It goes to the post office or server. It then gets routed to maybe another post office or server that is more local to that address, and then from there it gets sent to the actual address. And it all works because the post office knows where you live and where the person you're sending the letter to lives. This is exactly the same way that MX Records works, except it's all online. And the email gets sent out from your computer. It then goes to your router, and then to a larger server, the post office, and that will know the address, and then to the server of the recipient, and then to his computer or his home. It's very complex, yet very simple at the same time. Now let's talk about my favorite dish to cook. My favorite dish to cook is probably steak and baked potato. I think it's a classic. It's simple yet delicious. I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy. First, you start off with your baked potato. You're going to clean it, and then you wrap it in some tin foil, maybe with a little bit of salt on there. Let it cook at 450 degrees for about an hour. And then in the meantime, you're going to get your steak prepared. You're going to have a cast iron skillet, olive oil, and then salt and pepper. Those are the only seasonings you need for a steak. Now you cover your steak with olive oil on both sides, and then you put a generous amount of salt and some cracked pepper. Then you're going to let your skillet get nice and hot on the burner. Set it right up to high. Sear the steak for about 30 to 45 seconds on each side, and then you stick it right in the oven at 450 degrees and let it cook for about 3 to 5 minutes on each side, depending on how you like your steak cooked. I lean a little bit more rare. After your steak's done cooking, you take it out of the oven, and now here's a key factor. You must let it sit for about 5 minutes before cutting it. Otherwise, all the juices are going to run out, and you're going to get a dry steak, and nobody wants that. So, after you let it rest, you also want to cut your baked potato, put some butter in there. Be careful, your potato's going to be hot and steaming, so let that cool down a bit too. And then you have your meal. I just want to thank you guys for your time, and hopefully I hear from you very soon.